Hi, my name is Pravahlika. I work as a senior product designer at Meesho. It is great for me to speak with Khyati, my colleague from the user research team. So Khyati, we are going to discuss how the UR function works at Meesho and what are the cool things that you guys get to do. Let's start the video by talking about how design and research go together at Meesho.
Yeah, so naturally what happens, I think, from a researcher's perspective is that any individual, when you work on a problem for a longer time, especially a designer who works with a product for a longer time, may tend to get a little biased about it. So user researchers, I think we contribute the best in maintaining the neutrality of that problem and also make people think from users' point of view.
So Khyati, can you tell us about the expectations from a user researcher at Meesho?
It's interesting that you asked me this. We've been taking a lot of interviews lately, and when we ask this question to the candidates, the most obvious answer we get is that they should be able to empathize with the user. That is something which is given. But beyond that, from a competency angle, user researchers should be really able to break down the problem. They should be able to understand the root cause from the brief itself. They should be able to structure the insights also in such a way that they are actionable and they are relevant to the teams you are talking with. Who is your audience really? I think one of the most important competencies is that to be able to own, communicate and maintain consistency of user narratives across product design and business.
It's been 6 months for you here at Meesho, right, Khyati? What are the unique things that you get to do here as a user researcher?
Yeah, so actually for me, just the exposure to product tech company was something very unique in terms of how we collaborate so closely with PMs and designers. There was extremely a very steep learning curve, not just for me, but across levels I've heard. From like our lead researcher Rachita Sharma to our junior most assistants, everybody after a couple of projects definitely feels more confident about being able to handle any problem. We kind of come across very complex problems, very 0 to 1 kind of problems, and they are very ambiguous in nature. So definitely to be able to solve that would give you next level of confidence.
I would like to point out one thing, that we need to not just have the exposure of user research, but also as designers, we need to learn certain skills like usability testing or contextual inquiry so that we can channelize our efforts better and create better solutions to our problems and have better influence at the impact. Let's close the video, Khyati, by adding a few tips for our viewers out there on how to apply for a role at Meesho.
This is very important, I think. So first and foremost, I'd say demonstrate your competencies. The evaluators should be able to understand your strengths consistently across all the interview rounds. What kind of problems you have solved? What was the ambiguity like? What has been the impact of that research? So don't tell us just what you have done, but tell us what you achieved. We have 4 to 5 rounds for selection, and we spend much energy and effort to exactly understand these things. The goal is not to just set you up for success at Meesho, which you will, of course, but you yourself will realize how much you've grown as a user researcher in the end.
This sounds exciting and very impactful, Khyati. I would ask every amazing user researcher out there to apply and experience the growth and impact for yourself. Thank you for watching.